Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. A lot of people think I'm being held hostage or have been kidnapped with the Lakers thumbnail, but we got a Lakers weekend. What's up, everybody? I'm realizing now I put monetization on this one. Normally, for the little behind the scenes stuff, normally for our live stuff, I don't put on monetization until afterwards. So I apologize for making you guys watch some ads this morning. Maddie Harrison in the house. We got Sneeps in here. Marco's here. Marco's like, do we have a giveaway? Marco, guess what? Yes, we do. That I'll tell you about in a second. Shiggins is here. Stubbs, good morning. Happy belated to Stubbs. Hope that hangover's treating you well, my man. T-Man's here. Perfect Zero. Roy. T. Adams. Jump Shoot. The Cam Quinlan God. Johnny 7 a.m. Nikki's here. Johnny Weisberg, Mike Weisberg in the chat. Daniel Loeb, Snoop a Loop. Garen's here. Nebraska allowed me to feel sports joy again this weekend. It's been a while. It's been a while. There you go. Congrats, Garen. Chewy's here. Zakarian pay the bills, says Shiggins. Fernandez is here. Who else? We got Skeets. Good morning. Good morning. Skeets, this is a busy day for you, Skeets. You shouldn't be here. You got prep work. Also, hey, shout out Skeets. I don't know if you guys Skeets. I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter. He was as Jack Settleman would say, woodpecking a G League game. He had some courtside. Some courtside was good to see. Eagle Putts here. The gang's all here, guys. Gang's all here. We had a fun weekend, huh? There was a lot of basketball stuff. Anthony Davis scored 1,000,000 points this weekend, which we'll talk about. People, yeah, like Dustin demanded Anthony Davis make it to the thumbnail, but we had that. We had the Top Shot experience with Klay Thompson, which was kind of funny because Klay gets ruled out because of the back-to-back, and you're like, wow, man, the night that they're doing the Klay event, they're not even going to be able to see him play, and he's like, that's fine, I'll just come up to the suite. So it looked like a lot of people had a really good time. It was Alexo's birthday as well. Alexo and I, two goats sharing a birthday. It was cool to see that. And then Twitter turned into spam bots over the weekend with if you follow NBA Top Shot, we should be following each other, baby. So that was fun. That was fun to witness this weekend. But hope everybody had a good weekend. If somebody had mentioned a giveaway, our man Sneeps is giving away a Taco Fall. So in order to qualify for this, right, you gotta like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Sneeps into the chat to honor our guy. And then a couple of other things, couple of other business related stuff before we get into the weekend of hoops. We've got our SoRare live before lock at 5:30 Eastern today. And our man TST is going to be joining the show again, which is going to be pretty exciting. So as we break down all the late breaking injury news and make our lineups and sweat out that. So that's game week 14. SoRare also introduced a couple of new tournaments as well. So we get some more things to sift through. So that's at 5:30. And then this week, the morning show's here every Monday through Friday at 9. We'll have 89 Cavs at some point this weekend. A lot of fun stuff. So excited to have everybody here. Do all of the things, right? Like the stream, subscribe, join the Discord, join the VIP, hug your friends and family. But yeah, let's get into it. You guys want to start with some hoops? You want to start with some Top Shot talk? What do we want to do? What do we want to do this morning? Bandy's ready. Bandy's ready to party. Look at him. He's ready to party. Do you feel older? Yeah, I did have my birthday this weekend. It was honestly, it was a lot of fun. I stayed out late, which I normally don't do, but we got up early. We went and watched some World Cup. We tried to go to a bar called the Roebling Sporting Club, and we get there maybe 45 minutes before the game kicks off, right? It was at like 9:15 Eastern time. We get there. And they were already at full capacity. So we had to pivot. We had to go to another bar that actually is our like post softball game bar, and we hate it. We don't like that bar. It's not a great spot for us, but we went there anyways. And it was awesome. There's something different about watching a World Cup match with a full bar versus like watching the Super Bowl or a World Series game or even the NBA Finals. There's something else that was like it's a little different. I can't really explain it, but just like truly electric when the U.S. scored that goal to make it 2-1. It was a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, so that was great. And then we went out late that night as well. And I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. You can hear it in my voice. And then I did two fantasy football, two different lineups yesterday for in the DFS world. I'm only going to talk about this for a second because it was infuriating. I did a main slate lineup, and I started Lamar Jackson. And so that was over right away. And I was pissed off about it. So what I did, I was like, you know what? I'll do an afternoon slate only, 4 p.m. only. And then I started Jimmy Garoppolo. I had no fun yesterday. Like, fun was not allowed. Fun was not allowed. Unreal. Johnny and Luca saying some SoRare talk. I tell you what, we are gonna do some SoRare talk towards the end. We are. Well, this is what we're gonna do. I've created the agenda in my head now. We're gonna talk about the weekend of hoops as fast as we can, and that's the new rule on Monday. Monday we cover everything that happened Friday through. Then we'll talk a little bit about the Top Shot stuff, and then we'll dive into some of the SoRare stuff. I think I ran a little cold in SoRare this weekend. It wasn't the best. We had just a bad fantasy weekend altogether. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's get into some of this fun stuff from the weekend. And a reminder too, as we hit this shit, just a reminder, all we're doing is like and stream, subscribe, and put hashtag Sneeps. Get that in there. Skeet said we had a guy with a damn vuvuzela horn at the bar. I watched USA Netherlands at. It was a little too much for 10 a.m., but it got the people going. Yeah, that's tough. That is tough. Vuvuzela is tough, even in like a wide open space, right? Even do you remember when the World Cup was in South Africa? That was like the only thing anyone ever talked about was like the Vuvuzela. But that was in a stadium. You put that in a bar, that's a tough scene. Our friend, one of our friends, he found out it was my birthday when we were watching it. And he's like, dude, at halftime, I'm going to make this entire bar sing to you. And then they scored right before half. And he's like, you know what? We're going to table that. We're going to table that idea. It was great. It was great. All right, let's get into it. So, we had the Heat Celtics on Friday, right? So I feel like we need to start with that game because our man Stan Loves. I like to dunk on him every time the Heat lose, but the Celtics actually lost the game, so they are in true Rocky IV form, right? Cut me. They lost 120-116. Jimmy Butler's back, dude. Jimmy Butler, man, there's something about Jimmy Butler in the fourth quarter where he's just automatic. So he ended up with like 25 and 15, but it's just like every single shot down the stretch is just incredible. It's incredible. Bam had 28 and 7. Hero had a good game with 26. Lowry had 20. Dude, Jaylen Brown hit this insane 3-pointer that just like banked in at the buzzer to send it to overtime. And once it went to overtime, I was like, oh yeah, they got this. But they didn't. Tatum kind of had a bad game. Tatum quietly kind of had two bad games this weekend, but whatever. 14 and 12. Marcus Smart at 18 and 9. Good win for the Heat, man. Good win for the Heat. David's here. He says, what's up? AD for MVP. Oh, we're going to talk about AD. We are. All right. I want to talk. So I'm just going to do some of these games really quick because I'm sorry. You can't pay me to care about the Hornets Wizards. Hornets won 117-116. Beal had 33. He got hurt against the Lakers. Porzingis, most improved player. Probably not. But anyways, 21 and 11. Terry Rozier, 25 and 8. PJ, let's do a PJ drop, baby. PJ had a good game. PJ needs to get traded. Get that man on a good team.
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
I think what we're going to do today, instead of like, I'm still going to go game by game, but there's like some really good questions in the chat. And I want to do this real quick. So Boob, shout out Boob, by the way, making his grand return to the stream. He said, is Brow the greatest player in NBA history, and his Top Shot officially dead? No, and not yet. That's what I would say. And Roy said, what's up with Trae Young? Let's talk about that Hawks game, right? So when we were doing live before lock, there was rumors that Trae was going to miss the game due to a back injury. And so we were like, if Trae's out, DeJounte Murray becomes a great play. But DeJounte Murray was already a great play anyway. So it's kind of easy, right, to lock him in. And so the Hawks won. They beat the Nuggets. Nuggets like quietly had a bad weekend. But DeJounte Murray had 20 and 7. Jokic 24, 10 and 8. And then, I'm sorry. DeJounte Murray didn't have 20 and Jamal Murray had 20 and 7. Jokic 24, 10 and 8. Griffin's balling. Griffin is balling. 24, and then DeJounte Murray 34 and 8. But what came out over the weekend is that there was an altercation. Listen, we talked about the vibes in Atlanta being weird last week, right? So there's an altercation between Trae Young and McMillan at practice, and Nate basically was like, "You're either going to come off the bench or don't show up." And then Trae was like, "I'm not going to show up." And look, so that's alarming, anyways. But listen, I'm an idiot. I'm not someone who's in NBA locker rooms. I don't know. Maybe stuff like that happens all the time. What I think is a little bit weirder is that got leaked. Why do we know about that? Why do we know about that? Who leaked that? Reminds me of like the Draymond Jordan Poole thing. When are we going to get an answer to the leaks? But yeah, that is a crazy situation, and it doesn't seem to be resolved. I mean, I would guess that was more of a pouting thing, and that Trae Young comes back, that he's back for their next game. But who knows? Who knows? This stuff is like pretty crazy. Yeah, and Weisberg saying he's already gotten one coach fired. I know. New York Knicks fan Eric Fernandez says Trae seems like a little prick to me. Why would they want to bench Trae? Yeah, it's because it was due to injury rehab. They didn't necessarily agree with how he was rehabbing it. But yeah, I don't know. Speaking of Draymond, why was he never suspended? I don't know. Because he's too good. He's too good for the Warriors. Jump Shoot says need some diapers for all those leagues. Okay. But yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting to pay attention to the rest of the way. The Atlanta stuff's pretty hilarious. We need Skeets, boots on the ground, man. What's going on in Atlanta? What's happening? Nets beat the Raptors. That was a good one for the Nets. Oh, wait, hold on. Weisberg legally required every stream to bring up either Woj or Shams. And he says, interesting, it got leaked to Shams. I bet it comes from the Trae side, but there were lots of Hawks-specific anonymous quotes. Yeah, it was pretty bizarre. All right. Yeah, the Nets won. Siakam 24 and 7. Siakam had like a good weekend this weekend. I'm just glad he's back and healthy. I'm a big Siakam fan. OG at 21 and 6. Barnes had 17 and 9. KD, is this the worst game like stat wise of KD's season? He only had 17, 9 and 7, and Kyrie with 27 and 5. And JJL Smith, fresh off his woodpecking debut over in Aussie. I saw you, JJL. I saw you on the court side. Said, can we all just bask in the absolute glory of the Celtics and the Bruins? Yeah, I can't. What did I do with my chain? What did I do with my Celtics chain? Yeah, they're like, I think they've lost one game at home combined this year. Boob says, imagine your coworker walking into the office, KOing you, and then tell you he won't be fired because he's too good of an employee. Them's the rules, man. Them's the rules. All right, here we go. Let's keep going. Sorry. Anyways, good win for the Nets. Cavs Magic. Dude, Cavs had a weird weekend. I think in 2 games, they scored a combined 189 points, which, like, when you think about it, in this day and age of what they've been doing, like what offenses have been doing, 189 between 2 games is kind of weird. Paulo had 22. Cole Anthony had 19 and 6 off the bench, so all Top Shot can rejoice. Because I said his name. Donovan Mitchell with 34. Mobes with 19 and 13. Garland 18 and 6. Mobley quietly putting together some big double-doubles recently, which is kind of nice. Roy says Celtics are chokers. Roy, I am close to putting the band hammer on you right now. Lakers and Bucks. This was a fun one. Okay, so this was the beginning of AD. So AD last night had 55 and 17. Friday night, 44, 10 and 4. So that means in 2 games, I'm going to try to do this math real quick. 99 and 27 in 2 games. 99 and 27 in 2 games. What? I'm sure if we looked up a bunch of stats, they'd be like, well, Will Chamberlain has put up 99 and 27 in 42 games, and AD's done it once. I'm sure that's what it would look like. But holy crap. I mean, AD's playing great. Also, like a real win for the Lakers, because there's a lot of talk about how the Lakers had won 5 out of their last 6. Lakers heating up. And it's like, well, they played the Spurs 11 times already this season. That was a pretty good win. And that was also Middleton's first game back, I believe, too. Oh, he actually played more minutes than I thought he was going to. I thought he was going to play like 18 or something, and he ended up playing 27. But Middleton had 17 and 7, Holiday 28, 9 and 6. Giannis, dude, 47 and 5. Russ had 15 and 11. Russ quietly doing some 6-man shit. I don't know, man. And LeBron 28, 11 and 8. But good win for them. Good win for Laker Nation. Listen, some more people are rolling through, and there's only 32 entrants. We're giving away a taco fall today. Like the stream, subscribe. Put hashtag Sneeps. Our man Sneeps is giving away the taco. So shout him out, baby. Shout him out. So get those entrants in. All right. back to the hoops, because we get so much stuff to get through here. Grizzlies beat the Sixers 117-109. Desmond Bain, sounds like Bain's gonna be back soon. Triple J had 22, 9, and 4 blocks. Ja with 28 and 8. Tobias 21 and 11. Embiid 35, 11 and 8. Guys, I gotta tell you, I have no interest in talking about the Sixers ever. I don't know if that's my Boston bias. They just seem boring, especially with no Maxey. Like, Maxey was the thing getting me excited about him. I just don't care. I don't care. Harvey said, I bought AD SoRare Limited for 52 just 23 days ago. AD might be my best NFT purchase in 2 years. Josh, let me ask you this. Who told you about that AD call? Huh? Who told you about that AD call? All right, let's go. So anyways, good win for the Grizz. Pels beat the Spurs 117-99. You know who had a good weekend? I saw Skeets tweet about this, actually. Zion had 30, 15, and 8 against the Spurs. J-Val, who we haven't seen in a while, had 21 and 11, and Devin Vassell 25. Spurs suck, man. The Spurs, they're not even fun to. I thought they'd be a little bit more spicy, but they just want to lose. I get it. Rockets beat the Suns. There you go. I try to get the Suns to lose games, so it's fun to say that the Suns lost. Rockets won 122-121. Jalen Green dropped 30. I think he went 8 for 24 from the field. Kobe. Kevin Porter Jr. had 15 and 6. And be honest, the only reason I said Kevin Porter Jr.'s name so we can get that Porter drop.
We're the Porters. We share the crowd of up and down performers, throwing things and buzz repeater corners. And one of us is playing for the Warriors. We're juniors and we're the Porters.
I'm going to share Eric's comment because I do want to talk about this just for a second. He said, are people mainly buying and flipping on SoRare, or are people making money through that fantasy aspect? I was having a conversation actually with Josh Harvey about this yesterday. So what has been kind of interesting, and this is just me talking about this through my experience. Everybody can relax if you disagree. I don't care. I haven't looked at my account value once. And I think it's because I've just been having so much fun building lineups for the games. Like, I haven't paid attention to if things are up or if things are down. I think the last time I checked, it was pretty good, but I know some people are out there just flipping a ton. But what I've been doing is still just like accumulating stuff through winning each week. So that's kind of how I've been approaching it, Eric. But I know a lot of people have been flipping, but it's been fun. It's been fun. Boob says Rockets need to chill. They need Wembanyama. I know they do. I'd rather watch the Magic than the Spurs. At least the Magic have fun young guys. How's that Devin Vassell MGL? Well, you know what? I like, this is funny, Weisberg, but also how are anybody's doing right now? Yikes. All right. But listen, if you're still into Top Shot, follow me. We should be, if you're into Top Shot and plan on holding it until your balls drop, we should be following each other. Patrick said, is there an OTM equivalent for SoRare? Yeah, it's called SoRare Data. SoRare Data. There you go. All right, let's keep going. Jazz beat the Pacers 138-119. Nembad had 13 and 10. Hallie 14 and 6. This game sucked. I was excited for some Hallie, and he was bad. Laurie had 24 and 13. Kessler had 20 and 11 off the bench. So that was good. Good for them. Clarkson, Sexton 18, Clarkson 19, whatever. Good win for the Jazz, though. And then Warriors beat the Bulls. It was funny. We were talking about the Warriors as like a good SoRare play because they're like back-to-back. Clay's going to sit. Steph's going to sit. Wiggins, Draymond, they're all going to sit. And then all of a sudden, Jordan Poole's best game was the Friday night game, even though Steph did end up sitting on Saturday. But yeah, Poole went for 30 off the bench. Curry 19 and 11. Draymond almost had a triple-double. Draymond's actually playing well this year, and I feel like we don't want to give him credit because he did KO his teammate. Draymond had 13, 10, and 9. Clay with 26. Levine with 21 and 11. Levine scored a shit ton of points this weekend. Vucci with 23 and 11. And then, but the best thing that came out of that game, I'm sure everybody saw this clip by now, is Steve Kerr talking to Caruso after the game, being like, "What's up, my man? You want to come play with us?" And I loved everybody doing the lip reading test, being like, "I think he said I would love to have you. I would love to have you." Caruso for who? Skeet said, if you're still in the Top Shot, please let me hold a sub K, 16K, Lori marketing. Listen, somebody send Skeets one. Somebody send Skeets a Lori. Come on. Somebody do it. Moody did hit 18 points. Yeah, that was a good one. Roy's asking, can I ask what the hell happened to Jackson Hayes? You know what? Roy, look at the Pelicans roster. You tell me where Jackson Hayes is going to play. That team is so deep. They just waves of dudes. Waves of dudes. Yeah, everyone's saying, yeah, Wiseman for. Were you talking to Samus Fondiari? Is that what that is right there, Shiggins? Wiseman for Caruso, who says no. All right, that was all the games on Friday. We're on to Saturday. SATUDAY. Mavs Knicks 121-100. Mavs won again. Knicks suck. Randall at 24. Quickly with 23 off the bench. Quickly the only shining Knick this weekend. Luka with 30, 8-7, and then Timmy Hadaway Jr. at 28-7. Good for them. Kings beat the piss out of the Clippers 123-96. Sabone Bone 24, 5-6. Murray at 23-7. And Boston Jr. got some minutes over there, and 18 off the bench. What do you, Roy? You're not getting grilled. I answered your question. That's all I'm saying. I was answering your question. I'm not grilling you. I think that's a good question. I just think the Pelicans roster is like crazy deep. It's crazy deep. Like they've even had injury stuff. Like Brandon Ingram goes down, and it's like, that's fine. We're actually going to throw Trey Murphy, Najee Marshall, throw those guys at you. Joe Val gets into foul trouble. It's like, fine, we're actually going to play small ball with Larry Nance. Like, no big deal. Yeah, lost his spot to Nance and Trey Murphy. He'll be trade bait along with Devontae Graham. Yeah, see you later, Devontae Graham. No one, like, I feel like no one's actually talked about, like, I guess because everything else has worked out well. But remember, Devontae Graham was like solid for the Hornets, and then they basically were like, we don't need Lonzo, we'll get Devontae Graham instead. But you didn't know Grand Theft Alvarado was going to drop 38 off the bench, which we'll get to. Bucks having a back-to-back. They were like, we're going to sit everybody because we're playing the Hornets, and it should be a no problem. And that's exactly what happened. So Giannis sat, Drew sat, Middleton sat, and the Bucks won by 19. Bobby Portis had 28-7. Top Shot's own Jordan Wara was 17-4. McDaniels had 21-6. Scary Terry had 26-5. And then Kelly Oubre just scoring a bunch of points. He had 20. Roy says, what if Zion and Jonas goes down, though? If that is what you're banking on, you're in trouble. You're like, what if we lose two guys? Will he then play? All right. Also, I forget who it was. Shiggins, were you the one that called Trey Murphy is like he's going to be the most important player for the Pels this year? I mean, that hasn't been the case, but he's been awesome. Trey Murphy's been a lot of, and now I thought Trey Murphy was just like a 3-point shooter, right? Like he was just a 3-and-D guy. Actually, let's call it D-and-3. We'll call it D-and-3 from here on out. Actually, I would argue Trey Murphy is a 3-and-D guy. Herb Jones, D-and-3 guy. But Trey Murphy's been throwing down like hammer dunks, just like monster dunks. He had 2 yesterday. He's awesome. I'm a big Trey Murphy guy. Yes, the Trey Murphy maxi. Hell, Shiggins, take the victory lap, baby. Take the victory lap. Fernando says, I stayed 11th on limited contender, 1 position away to get to a limited tier 1. Damn, Fernando. That's good. That's a good run, though. Raptors beat the Magic on Saturday. Oh, we got a drop, baby. Bull, 18-7. Let's hit him with the bowl drop.
Bull.
His first name is Bull and his last name is Bull?
No,
Look
yeah.
at his legs!
Long legs.
Oh my God! I bet his legs are taller than my whole body. I'm leaving you for Bull. Like,
I just see in Greg's face. I miss him. You know, I miss Greg and Dustin. We need them back. Which, by the way, remember I said we're having a holiday party here on the 14th, whatever that Wednesday is, week from Wednesday. Get your Christmas sweater on. Get your dreidel, whatever it is you celebrate, because we're gonna have one that night. I think we're gonna see an LG sighting, maybe some Shot Tank boys, maybe the OG TS Tears. Anyways, Raptors beat the Magic 121-108. Bull 18-7. Terrence Ross, I feel like we haven't heard his name in a while. He had 18 off the bench. Siakam back to his almost trip dubs with 26, 10, and 8. OG 32. Scotty Barnes 17-14. I think I was someone who was like, yeah, OG Anunoby's putting up a lot of stats right now because Fred VanVleet's out or Siakam's out. They're all back now, and OG's like, I'll just get 32 if that's okay with you, Mike. So shout out OG for still balling. Raptors with two dubs in a row. All right, Thunder beat the Wolves, man. This Thunder team, feisty. SGA legally required to score 30 points, and he did. He had 33-6. Josh Giddey, 21-12-7. Dort, let's get a Dort report. We're doing playing the hits today. He had 18. Turn your music down. 3, 2, 1. Crypto Gem Founder getting ahead of it early, saying Embiid is out. Anyone see the clip of Bull ignoring the groupies? Boob, I haven't seen it, but that's because my man is locked in. He's locked in. Yeah, Wolves. So Wolves gave up a ton of points without Cat. I guess we didn't see that coming. But Wolves' situation is going to be pretty interesting to monitor. From like the SoRare thing, Wendell Moore Jr. is someone we talked about on Friday because he like moved in the starting lineup, and he did still start in the one game they had this weekend, but he only played 16 minutes. So I'm a little nervous. I don't really know what to do with him. Imagine if SGA stayed in LA with PG-32. Well, yeah, but you're saying like if the Clippers didn't include him in the trade? I know. I'm glad he didn't though. Let SGA cook in OKC. I'm excited about the OKC. They're already like beating expectation right now. Warriors, Rockets, 120-101. Kevin Porter Jr., 23-4. Wiggs, man. Andrew Wiggins. I believe that this was the third time in history that two teammates hit 8 threes in a game. One of them happened this year as well, which makes sense, I guess. Did I say Wendell Carter? No, Wendell Moore. He's the rookie on Minnesota. But yeah, Curry had 30 and 10, Wiggins 36 and 5, Poole 21 and 5. Easy dub for the Warriors. Warriors are just like low-key rolling right now. And then Blazers and Jazz. This was the last game for the Blazers without Dame. Dame returned last night, which was pretty exciting. Blazers won 116-111. Grant had 33 and 6. Simons had 45 and 4. I think he scored 23 points in the first quarter. Lauri Markkanen 21 and 6. Clarkson 24 and 5. Yeah, Wiggins quietly making an all-star case. Again, imagine that 2 times starting Andrew, right? Did Wiggins start last year? Am I making that up? Is that what we were all mad about? All right, we move on to Sunday. Celtics beat the Nets 103-92. Roy's asking, was there a report of Embiid being out? No. Crypto Gem Founder comes in here every show and he just says, breaking news, Embiid is out. So that's like his bit, which we like. It makes me laugh anyways. Tatum at 29 and 11. Jaylen Brown followed up Friday's game with another sick game. He had 34 and 10. Broggy had 13, 8 and 8 off the bench, and then KD 31, 7 and 5. It was weird. This was kind of a close game, but it also never felt like it was close. Do you know what I mean? Like it was like, oh yeah, Celtics going to win this one. Celtics is going to win this one. Irvin saying, yeah, dude, Simons is a dog, man. Simons has been hot. It is kind of funny. Like we've talked about this before. I feel like I've said that a couple of times today. I apologize. The Simons and Dame feels like very similar to CJ and Dame. And it's so funny that they're like, they need to make a move. They need to switch it up. Clearly this 2 non-defensive guard thing is going to work. And they're like, fine, we'll trade CJ and then just roll the same type of thing out there. But Simons has been balling. So shout out Simons. Anyways, good win for the C's. Suns beat the hell out of the Spurs, 133-95. DeAndre Ayton, again, like another bang, double-double. 25 and 10, Booker 20 and 8. Dude, Booker's been awesome this year too. Keldon's 27 and 5. Also another all-star case that's probably not going to get in because of how stacked it is right now. Mikal Bridges with 20. Mikal Bridges has been playing really, really good basketball. Boob says, Mike, can we just take a moment to say that the fave to win the championship this year is wide open? Could literally be one of 20 teams. You know what? We're going to do that, Boob, once we get through all of those games. We are. Pels beat the Nuggets. This was a fun one. Jokic had 32, 16, and 9. I forget. I don't have it in front of me, but I believe Jokic was like +2 or +4 in his minutes, and they lost by 15. So the Nuggets do need to figure out what's going on with the bench unit. And I'm like pretty high on Bones Highland, pretty high on Bruce Brown. Like Bruce Brown's been a good fit there, but it's just once they take Jokic off the floor, they can't hang. They can't hang. But Jokic at 32, 16, and 9. Jamal Murray with 18 and 5. Zion again, 25, 6 and 4. And then Grand Theft Jose Alvarado, 38 points off the bench. Undrafted Jose Alvarado, 38 points off the bench. Crazy. This guy's a SoRare hack this week, I think. Oh, you're talking about Josh Okogie? We can talk about Okogie. Not yet. We'll save that. We'll save that for tonight. My Pels, what the flock? Fly high. We love it. We got a sneeze coming. Let's do a mental health break. We're going to do a mental health. Let's do this one. I I'm sorry this didn't come with a hand job. I just don't think it's included in the airdrops. It's stylistically, that's tough to include that in an airdrop. Let's go. Also, yes, that was awesome. The crowd was just chanting Jose, 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 Jose at the end of the game. It was sick. It was sick. Shout out Jose Alvarado. Pels are fun, man. Pels might be like the league pass champions of the world right now. I see some more people are coming in. We have 37 entrants into the giveaway. What are y'all doing? Like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Sneeps into the chat for a shot. We're going to spin this thing at the end of the show. We're at the halfway point right now of the show. So keep doing it. Keep doing it, baby. Keep doing it. Johnny says keep wearing glasses. Oh yeah, that's right. I have glasses in that drop. Do you know what it is? My eyes are fucking tight. But I used to get like super bad headaches from screen time. So I would get these like blue light shit. These blue light glasses. So that's why I'd wear those. But I honestly don't know where those are. So, ooh, Rad Dad. Look at him coming out of retirement. I miss Rad Dad. Miss him. You feel like the Pels are legit contenders? I do. We'll talk about them. We're almost done. We're almost done with the weekend roundup. Grizzlies beat the Pistons 122-112. Ja with 33, 10 and 5. Triple J had 22. Dylan Brooks 22 and 5. Boyan of the Bogdanoviches with 18. Ivy 10, 6 and 6. And Sadiq Bey with 24. Run Cornwaves in the house. Shout out Run Cornwaves. Single-handedly keeping the Top Shot Marketplace alive. That dude, once this thing pops back, he's gonna be rolling it. He's gonna be rolling it. Shout out Run Cornwaves for being here. All right. Hey, who's Boyan gonna play for? Right? Because it's not gonna be the Pistons much longer, I imagine. He's too good. He's too good to be on this team. I thought the Pistons were going to be a little bit better this year. I didn't think they were going to be like good, but I thought they were going to like hang around. They are not. They are not hanging around. They are not. Knicks, Cavs. All right. Did this game take place in 1983? Let me ask you that, because the final score was 92-81. What? When has that happened in the last like 5 years? Mobley had 11 and 10, Mitchell at 23 and 5, Brunson at 23 and 4, and that's it. That was like all of the points in the game. So that's how the Knicks have to win. They just need no points. No points. D Rose in the house. What's up, my man? All right, couple more games. Yeah, that was an 89 Cavs game. Hell yeah. Shout out. I hope the 89 Cavs are back. It might be tonight, might be later in the week. I love the 89 Cavs. All right. Lakers 130-119. This was it. AD 55 and 17. That's so many. Like I said earlier in the show, he had 99 and 27 this weekend. What the hell? LeBron had 29 and 8-6. Lonnie Walker had 20. Russ with 15 assists off the bench. Russ was like an old school Ben Simmons line. 6, 15, and 7. Kuz had 26. I mentioned Beal got hurt. We'll have to pay attention to that. I don't know how long he's going to be out for, but Porzingis again, dude, Porzingis legit has been very, very good. 27 and 9. And then Daniel Gafford, he had 19 and 7. And then one game left. Kings 110. No, I'm sorry. 2 games left. I forgot I didn't write down the hammer from last night's slate. Kings won 110, 101. DDR at 18. Levine with a big 41 spot. Sabonis with his own little triple-double, 11, 17, and 10. And Malik Monk, who's just been balling off the bench, was great. And then the last game of the night, then we can cook into some other stuff. The Blazers won 116, 100. 116 to 100. Let's see. Who did anything good? Miles Turner at 24-9. Buddy Hield at 22-11. Halliburton missed last night's game. He's going to miss one more game. TJ McConnell sat with an injury. I don't know what happened to Jalen Smith's minutes last night. That was pretty infuriating if you were a fantasy guy. Jeremy Grant, 28 and 5. Dame's return in 32 minutes at 21 and 6. Simons at 22. Crushing it. Irvin says you need to slow down with the 80 praise. Y'all know he's about to get injured. I know, but honestly, he's still playing so good, though. He's playing so good. All right, let's look at the standings as we do on Mondays to check in, see what's going on, see how feisty it is up here at the top. The West is getting like super interesting right now. Let me blow it up. So the West is East. Here we go. Celtics have a 2-game lead on the Bucks here at 19 and 5. Then you get the Bucks at 16 and 6. Cavs still right there in the 3 seed, 15 and 9. And then just a jumbled mess, right? Hawks 13-10, Sixers and Pacers both 12-11, excuse me, and the Raptors, excuse me, all 12-11. The Nets still over 500, 13-12. Heat creeping back up to 500 at 11-12. There's the Knicks at 11-13, the Wiz at 11-13. Wiz 3-7 in their last 10, kind of tough. And then you got Bulls 9-14, Hornets 7-16, 6-19 for the Pistons and the Magic. Dude, the Magic right now at 5-19, but also have the Bulls first round pick at 9-14. So Magic are about to be balling. All right, what am I seeing in the chat? Can you see the Sack Kings finally break the playoff curse? I can. It's happening this year. And then the Western Conference, right? We get the Suns still rolling 8-2 in their last 10, 16-7. The Pels are 8-2 in their last 10. They're 15-8. Nuggets had a tough weekend, lost 2 in a row, dropped to 14-9. Grizz are 14-9. Kings 7-3 in their last 10 or 13-9. The Warriors, who we were all being like, panic button time, 7-3 in their last 10 are now in the 6th seed at 13-11. Clips are at 13-11. Blazers 13-11. Jazz still 2 games over 500, 14-12. And then Mavs 11-11. And then there we go. Wolves, Lakers. Look at Lakers 8-2 in their last 10, 3 in a row, 10-12. The Tunda 10-13. And then Rockets and Spurs just taking dumps. This is fun. Okay, so let's go back to the question. How many teams have a legit shot at winning the championship? That's what the question was, right? And so like a legit shot, I would say when you look at this, I think the Suns, I think the Pels, I think the Nuggets, I think the Grizzlies, and I think the Warriors. Like if you told me any of these teams went to the finals, I would just, let's say go to the finals, because I don't know how many of these teams can beat the Bucks, a healthy Bucks or a healthy Celtics, honestly. But if you told me Suns came out of the West, Pels came out of the West, Nuggets, Grizz, Warriors, I would even say, like, if the Clippers get right, put the Clippers in that conversation too. Like the fact that the Clippers are hanging around at 13-11, and I mentioned the name Brandon Boston Jr. today. I think all those teams have legit shots at going to the finals. That being said, like I think the Kings are good. I think the Kings are legit. I don't see the Kings winning all of those playoff rounds, but I think they're legit. The Mavericks, I mean, probably have the best player, but it's just garbage surrounding them. And then I don't really trust the Lakers to be doing it. This is how I feel about the Suns as well. But yeah, so that's all in the West. So let's do that one more time. Suns, Pels, Nuggets, Grizz, Warriors, and then like Clippers, 5.5. I would say 5.5. When you look at the East, though, I truly just think it's Celtics and Bucks. Like, I don't see a world. I mean, I guess like you could say, I don't see a world in which the Sixers do it. I really just think it's Celtics and Bucks. You know, and that's assuming no injury stuff, right? I mean, the Celtics still have Robert Williams coming back. The Bucks just got Chris Middleton. Like, those to me are clearly the 2 best teams in the East. Honestly, in the league. I think they're the 2 best teams in the league right now, Celtics and Bucks. Like, I don't see a world like Cavs are fun. They're ahead of schedule, I think. Like, I think the Cavs are very happy with where they are right now, but I think this is like a year or 2 from now. They're like more legit contenders. So I don't see them making like a deep run. Hawks, to me, like clearly are a shit show. Sixers getting healthy sounds interesting, but I don't trust any of those guys. Pacers, Raptors, I think are like the Raptors, I feel like are very dangerous, but I don't know. And the Nets, yeah, like, right? I mean, it's just so clearly those 2 teams. Weisberg says the Warriors' schedule has been soft as shit, though. Second full week of December, the Warriors play the Celtics, Bucks, and Phillies with the Pacers in between. Yeah, then we'll know. All right, couple more things. Here we go. Let's remind the people. Only up to 45 entrants. What are you sickos doing? Get in there, like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Sneeps into the chat. Couple other things, too. As we get ready to pivot into some SoRare and Top Shot talk, John Shue says Deshaun Watson take. He sucks as a person and as a quarterback. There's my take. We're excited. We're going to have a new sponsor for the morning show. We have an announcement for that coming up. Shout out OTM for the great run that we've had together. I really appreciate them and support them moving forward, but we're excited we're going to be moving on. So as you can see, we were like moved the brand thing looks a little bit different. So that's coming up down the pipeline. Excited to announce that. Probably not till January. We don't announce that, but that's pretty exciting. Yeah, D-Rose, I wish it was Ember Mugs, my man. If anyone has a contact with Ember Mugs, oh, man, yeah. I know. Everyone's saying that. I wish, guys. I wish it was Ember Mugs. I would love for it to be Ember Mugs. But, yeah, so we're excited about that. We've got, like, a couple of other exciting announcements coming around the corner. still working out some stuff. Johnny says, why are QBs called QBs? Johnny, quarterbacks. Why are they called quarterbacks? That's a great question. High enough to try to tackle that right now. I'm not high enough. People ask if it's SoRare data. No. I don't think so. Anyways, let's so we're up to 53 entrants. People don't like free shit, I guess is what we're seeing. Let's pull up SoRare quickly, and then we can talk about Top Shot as well. And so we still have 20 minutes left. If you guys have stuff, like, I love to, vibe with the chat. So if you have stuff that you wanted to get into, hit me with it, and we'll do it. I'll show you what my how we finished up here in the SoRare streets, right? So my rare content, I believe this is a common tier 1, I think 6,000. But anyways, this is fine. Giddy and PJ carried me there. Austin Reeves is pretty bad, and then whatever. So 506, I think this is a limited tier 3. TJ McConnell and Kuminga. I was just dead wrong on the Kuminga call, right? I thought more of the Warriors were going to sit that second game of the back-to-back, so that was pretty bad. My limited champion, I was kind of let down by Kevin Porter Jr. That was rough. And then the Wendell Moore call just didn't go great. Jaden Ivey underperformed. And then same thing with the rare champion, Matherin and Jalen Smith. So kind of struggled a little bit here this week. We came back to earth after that fire start last week. But what's exciting about SoRare this week, so we've got a limited no cap, which means no cap, baby, no cap. So that's something to pay attention to. I think, like, the strategy moving in to this week of SoRare is going to be so interesting, right? Because I think a lot of times people are saving their best cards for that limited champion, because the limited champion, you're like, oh, I get that one freebie spot, right? Let me actually delete my lineups here. I was like messing around with it this morning. But we had, like, the limited champion was the one where you used your like highest updated one, right? Your best one. Ooh, Stan won his first rare. Hell yeah, Stan. Johnny's telling me that no, not yet, Johnny, not yet. But now I think the strategy is going to change a little bit, right? So there only one thing to consider, though, and, like, I don't know, I think a lot of us are so excited to play these tournaments. One thing we have to pay attention to is, like, how many prizes are being given out, right? So when you see the limited contender, 2175, so 2,175 prizes are being given out. In the limited champion, you're seeing, what's that? 1160 are being given out with like 1,000 less participants so far, but still, less prizes. The limited no cap, only 210. So you get a crush. You get a crush to finish in there. And then same thing with rare contender, you get 740, rare champ 305. So all that being said, I think, like, deciding where people, or like paying attention to where people are going to use those cards is very, very interesting. Because I can't tell if people are like, all right, limited no cap, I'm just throwing all my best shit into there. Or are people just going to punt and not do that one? I think for me, I'm still going to be focusing on rare contender, limited contender, rare champion. Those are going to be like the 3 that I focus the most on. And then we'll just kind of fire the rest of my cards into other stuff, right? I think that's how I'm going to do it, mainly because of, like, the payout for the prizes. The percentage is a little bit higher, but also I just think, like, I'm in a more of a competitive advantage in those tournaments than I am, say, in the no cap. Yeah, not playing the no cap because of MVPs. But I think what's going to be so fascinating is checking the scores. Like, how do the scores, when we compared limited contender and limited champion scores of game week 14 to some of the previous game weeks, how much of a difference are we going to see? Are scores going to go up? Are they going to go down? Because people are using, like, they're spreading out their cards. And we see the common underdog is being introduced, right? Which is a cap of 60, which I love. I love this shit right here. This is what value hunting is all about. And so when they finally introduce one of those to the rare or the limited, I feel like that's going to mess with scores again, because a lot of those really cheap plays that you save for limited contender or rare contender. I don't know. I think this is just going to be fascinating. Like, I love the game theory around this stuff. And I mean, to me, that's why I've been having a blast with this shit. It's just been pretty exciting. It's been pretty exciting. Yeah, common underdog is far more interesting, and the limited is going to be fire. I can't wait for the limited. I am stoked for the limited underdog one. So I'd be curious, like, has anybody gotten into SoRare and just not had fun with it? I've seen, like, a couple of tweets of people, like, complaining that they're like, oh, I finally cashed and I got an Isaiah Livers. Shout out Top Shot, Thought Shot. I think that's who that was. Which, like, I totally get. That's frustrating when you, like, actually win something and it's bad. But my counter would be like, do do better, make a better lineup. But I'm curious if anyone's been like, I've been into I've been playing SoRare, but I haven't really been liking it. Yeah, Harvey saying at the end of the day, there are not enough prizes in limited no cap. Yeah, but I think like they roll it out like this, and then we'll see a change. And Darren says there are higher tier rewards in the no cap. Let's actually look at the prize pool because I hadn't done that yet. So Darren, thank you for bringing that up. So ready, we got the limited tier ones going to 1 through 20. 21 through 110 is limited tier 2, and then 111 through 210 limited tier 3. So if you do cash in that one, the worst you're getting is limited tier 3. So I like that. We the people said just fun, but unless there's cash prizes, I'll mess with the free ones. Yeah, I think the cash prizes thing, like if that ever comes, would be a pretty would be a game changer. Steve says I would like SoRare a lot more if they accepted my. They don't accept it. Jumpshoot says I've been striking out the last few weeks. Takes a bit of time to set the right lineup. SoRare just being a little annoying with injuries happening and kill your game away. Yeah, but I like that is annoying, but I feel like that's not SoRare's fault. That's like the player's fault. Because that's like fantasy basketball in general. Like somebody goes down and it's like, all right, yeah, like I had Bradley Beal. Now he didn't play. But yeah, man, I've been having so much fun. Messing around with it, which I should say, if you haven't signed up, if you're new here and you're like, should I sign up? Definitely do, because you can start playing for free and you can actually win limited cards with your free shit. And by signing up, you get 20 free common cards using our stuff. I just dropped the link into the chat. So use that link if you haven't signed up yet. I'm also going to pin that one so you can see it. Hold on. Why is it not showing up on? Sorry, I'm going to drop it one more time so I can pin it in YouTube. I got to pin it onto YouTube's. But yeah, we've really been digging it. So I hope you guys have been having fun with it if you have been. And just a reminder, too, we get that live before lock show at 5:30. Live before lock show at 5:30 p.m. Eastern tonight, breaking down all of that injury news and setting our lineups. So that's kind of what's going on in SoRare. If you have SoRare questions, too, feel free to drop them into the chat. I did want to talk about some of the Top Shot stuff this weekend, too. I thought the clay thing looked awesome. I thought the clay thing looked really cool. So shout out to everyone that had a chance to go to that. That was I thought they did a good job of documenting on social media what was going on, like the Twitter account. If you follow them on Instagram, they did a really shout out. I think it was Meg Patton who was like running the IG and the social team that day. That looked like such a fun event, and people seem to have a really good time at it. I know like a lot of the counters to that is like, well, that's only like 0.04% of the population. I still think it's cool though. I think it can be both. You can like not get rewarded, but it can also be cool for other people. So I thought that was pretty exciting. So shout them out. George asked if I've been playing the SoRare Global Cup. I'll show you my Global Cup team. Di Maria boned me. Di Maria boned me today. And that was my fault. I wasn't paying attention enough. So I had, there we go. Right now I'm in 10,000. I got 73 from Pickford, 56 from Shaw, 108 from Messi, 98 from Mbappe, and then Di Maria with the DNP. Pretty frustrating. But I've been enjoying Global Cup quite a bit. And then like the guys, I gotta talk to you about this. What happened on Twitter this weekend? So everybody, right? What? Shout out Nebraska. Was it Nebraska Chaser, something like? I think that's his name. He tweeted out what was the actual copy pasta? It was basically where is it? Hold on, let me find it. I'm sure it's his pinned tweet now. And shout him out. Like I don't think he did anything wrong. Like I'm not saying that. I thought it was like fine. But basically, if you're still an NBA Top Shot and planning on holding through all this, we should be following each other. What I thought was so bizarre is just like that turning into that is like bot behavior. What we saw on Twitter, right? Like just everybody tweeting the same thing. That's like manufacturing hype. I thought it was so weird. And that's not a shot at anybody doing it. I don't know. I thought it was weird that people were like, holy hell, baby, we're back. I just like, okay, guys. I will say Top Shot Tony had some fun with that. I can show you what Tony got into this weekend. Also love the people that just don't know who Tony is. It's my favorite thing where they're like, this dude's a prick. So Top Shot Tony said, if you're still into ballers and plan on holding through all this, I'm calling the cops. That was a fun one. And then the initial one, if you're still at NBA Top Shot and plan on holding through all this, we should not be following each other. So Tony had some fun. People are asking if there was a mini pump this weekend. Listen, we can go over to Own the Moment and see what's going on and see if there was a pump. Uh, definitely QAnon Bob's Web3 for bots. I mean, it felt. I mean, like I muted a bunch of stuff yesterday. I did. I was like, this is. Everybody always talks about like, don't you think like would people join Top Shot based on your social media presence? And I was like, man, do you think anybody would join Top Shot based on like? Do you think anyone's seeing that and was like, I got to get into Top Shot? That was bizarre. But I do think it was nice for the people that were participating in it, got a bunch of new followers and stuff like that. So, anyways, let's go look at base set series 1. That's usually what I check. That's usually what I check when I come here. So, all right, so the low ask is 17,000. It's up 0.06% in the last 24 hours and 0.6% and 0.05%. But it's a low ask of 17K. And then there we go. There's your pump. It did get down to 16.4 on the 30th. If we look at the low ask, can you guys see this okay? So we've got LeBron is up a little bit to 1950. Ja's at 750. Steph is at 716. Giannis is at 716. The next LeBron is at 650. So we have 5 moments of common series 1 moments over 500. Let's see how many are over 100. So now we are down to, when we last checked, there were 30 series 1 moments, common series 1 moments that were over $100. And now it looks, so this is a list of 30, right? We get down to this. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 25. There are now 25 moments over $100 in the series 1. So that's where we are right now. And one of them being Terrence Davis. What is Zion's debut at right now? What is Zion? Oh, Zion. Okay, Zion's at 300. Wow, 390. Excuse me, 390. Wow. I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, that's where we are right now in the Top Shot market. Is Johnny says it's now a good time to join Top Shot. Johnny, this is what I would say, man. I think newer people who are coming in right now, yeah, this probably is a good time in the sense that I don't know how much lower it can get than where we are right now, which honestly, if we zoom out a little bit, it's probably what Top Shot wanted from the beginning, because some of these prices were so inflated and anybody that was getting in was immediately getting burned. So I think there is a way to like get involved right now if that's something that you're into. I personally, and of course, before I say any of this, let's drop a video we haven't done in a while because we haven't talked about financial advice anyways, but let's drop this video quickly so that we can cover my ass. None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right? I don't know how much lower I can get, and I think if I was to like start right now, it feels like pretty low risk. So I would just, I think you've said this about every 3 months for the last 15 months. That's true. That is true, Harvey. I just think you could, you're not getting burned in the way that a lot of people got burned before. So I think, hey, listen, if you really like basketball, you like following it day to day, and you enjoy collecting moments of like your favorite players, I think there's a way to do it like super cheap. What I would say, I wouldn't drop a bag. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't go drop a bag. I would find some stuff that you like, really like, that you don't care if it's worth $5, $2, $10, $25. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't go in there and be like, okay, I'm going to go buy all of those debuts that are over $500, And I'd be curious what the chat thinks, because I know I would say like it's, I would say there's like a ton of people in here that have been here for a long time. So I'd be curious what your thoughts are. Johnny, yeah, you know what? That's a big L on my part. He said, do you have a beginner video on your channel? I don't. That's an L. We should have one of those. We get a lot of like pack opening stuff from the beginning. That was a lot of fun, but I don't think we have anything like that. Look at that. See, everyone likes to say that I just consistently FUD. I don't, guys. I don't. All right. I'm a lover, not a fudder. But yeah, what else you guys have for me in the chat? Reddit says, no, please do drop a bag. My bags. Brent says, I bought a Jaylen Brown last night. I have fun buying Celtics moments. Yeah, there you go. Again, man, I think once we zoom out a little bit, I don't know. I can't imagine buying a debut of anything right now, only because my butt hurts so much. D Rose says it's a very good time to buy in if you like basketball, like collecting, and have little to no expectation of anything but entertainment from it. There you go. You can come and your entertainment can be right here, because we still do talk about it. Oh, I got a call. Hit that mute button, baby. I just want to say too, listen, I want to show you guys a little something. I want to say thanks because even as stuff has been like a little bit down, uh we look at us, we're still jumping up, right? Over in the last 28 days, and this changes every day. We're still up over 200 new subs. We're over 6850, right? So we're like approaching 7K very quickly. And I just want to say, like, hey, thank you. Thank you. That's really nice. Also, our man Sneeps, speaking of Top Shot, is giving away a Taco Fall moment. So like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Sneeps into the chat. We'll spin this thing in a few minutes. Johnny says, does Top Shot work like SoRare? No. No, not in the sense that it's not like SoRare is such a clear, easy game to play, so you like understand what you're doing. But basically, you buy moments to just hold. Like, so you're not really doing anything with them. Chop says, couldn't find this on their site, but what happens to SoRare when the season ends? Can they be used next season? Great question, Chops. So if I show you my my cards on SoRare, I'm going to switch over to my NBA. I'm going to share screen. So if we go over to my cards, right? See how this so let's find a good one. See how Jaden Ivey, actually, this is Wendell Moore Jr. So Wendell Moore Jr. has, see this plus 5% right here? Because we're in that season, Chops, you get a 5% boost on the player's performance because it's this season. When this season ends and we move to the next season, you can still use that card, but you lose the 5% boost. However, because you played this card, you like build up its XP. And so like if you play the card in trainings or in your tournaments, it like builds up its own boost. So you're not necessarily burned. If you use it throughout this season, it'll still be worth like the same. D-Rose says you can spend $50 and have a handful of common top tier players that are fun to own, and maybe in like 20 years you can make a nice profit. Maybe. Yeah, that's talking Top Shot. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Damn, 29 for a guy you didn't know last week. Wait, what? Oh yeah, for Wendell Moore Jr. I know, man. I know, dude. I know. Oh, we need some water. Jump Shoot says show one that is 7.5%. Let me scroll here and see if I have any 7.5 percenters. The rares are 15%. I have some like my DeJounte Murray and Lauri Markkanen are 6%. LeBron, Mathurin 6%. I don't know if I have any 7.5s yet. But yeah, something to pay attention to. What happened to Super Draft, says T-Man. Man, I don't know. I don't know what happened to Super Draft. I think they I just don't think it had the same. It had enough. We didn't play enough. I think one thing they ran into is debuting it during the during what's it called? During the simulations, right? And I don't know if the Sims spoke to people in the same way that, say, real life fantasy does. So so if DK does a Rainmakers for NBA, are you jumping in? Honestly, man, I haven't really enjoyed the Rainmakers as much. I definitely look into it, but it's hard enough keeping up with my SoRare lineups. I feel like it's hard to do it, but I would still mess around. Crypto Gem Finder says rare price is going to go up. Well, so with like the new tournaments, knowing that you need to play 5 of them, starting game week 16 or 17, I do think rare prices go up a little bit and limited prices go down a little bit, would be my guess. Steve says, I got to head out, but if you win the giveaway, make sure to DM Mike your Top Shot username. That's right. So we're going to spin this wheel here in a second. If you win, shoot me a DM on Twitter at Mike Zakarian or in the Discord. Get in there. Also, I'm going to drop a link to the Discord because you suckers need to be joining the Discord here. I'm also going to drop a link too. So I just dropped a link to the Discord. I'm also going to drop a link to our VIP, which you can find in the show notes anyways, but I'll drop it in here as well. I would really, if you join the VIP, it immediately gets you into like the gated communities within the Discord, which is fire. And it's $1.99. It's like nothing, but it gives us a little support. Get you some extra content here and there. get you some sick badges, stuff like that. So join that shit if you haven't. Yeah. Hey, guys, this is a busy show. We talked about a little bit of everything today, huh? Come back tonight at 5:30, right? 5:30 Eastern. We do the Live Before Lock SoRare show. Our man TST is going to be joining us. We'll be doing all late-breaking NBA news. We'll be building our lineups together and probably freaking out. It's a stressful show, but it's a fun one. And as always, appreciate everyone being here. I really do. It's nice. You know, we had a good crew this morning. Broke that hundo mark this morning. So last call. Ready? You got to like the stream, subscribe to Team Hold, and then put hashtag Sneeps. We're going to spin this wheel and then shoot me a win. Fernandez says, is that Steph Curry video real? No, it's not real. No one's allowed to have fun on the internet. I didn't think it was real when I shared it, but what I love about it is Steph is so good, so talented that we were like, holy shit, this might be real. Oh, big ticket in the house. Let's get a big ticket drop, baby. Let's get a big ticket drop, and then we'll flip this thing.
We are hosting our winners. Big ticket, gonna flip for $1 here, $1 there, $1 here, $1 there, $1 here, $1 there, $1 here, $1 there.
All right, everybody. We are wrapping up here. Remember, if you win this thing, shoot me a DM. Here we go. Shoot me a DM either at Mike's Karen or in the Discord. It is going to winner, chicken dinner. It is going to be T. Adams. T. Adams, who I think is owning an NFL All-Day Pack too. So T. Adams, shoot me a DM. Congratulations. Taco Fall season. Huge W. Again, see y'all tonight. Have a great day. Happy Monday. We are out.